doing a bit of work in the garden this morning. Just a couple of hours to do some market garden maintenance. We want to cover up all the plots with tarpaulins to protect the soil from the wind and the rain and the snow. And also in the springtime, when the weather starts heating up, the grass will start dying down underneath the black plastic, and we'll have a nice soil to work with come sowing time. Covered just then in an hour or so, and I just heard the goats calling, so we're going to go over and have a look at them. And we're actually going to do a bit of work in the west field. In the last episode we were talking about our plans for our silvopasture system. We want to grow some trees that we can coppice for wood fuel and also be suitable for the goats to have forage. While the weather's still quite nice, it looks like it's going to rain in a minute, we're going to head over to the west field and maybe do some pacing out. Bit of goat exercise there. Hello P, come into our London, join us. So with winter fast approaching spring, we thought we better come into the west field and start planting these silvopasture tree rows. We're going to start off with some basic stuff today, and we're going to have a look at the field and really just pace out the width of the field so we can figure out how many tree rows to put in and also the length of those tree rows. And that means we can then calculate exactly how many trees we need to buy, because we don't want to buy too many trees because trees are expensive. Right. So let's get pacing.
Paced out the field quite roughly, but the width is about 60 meters and the length is about 70, so now it's to try and work out how many tree rows we can fit in there.
And we worked out that we need to do about an 8-meter wide grazing cell for the goats. So we need to see how many 8-meter wide grazing strips we can fit in this field. We've also got to accommodate the width of the tree rows themselves, and we're leaving about a good 3 meters just for expansion of the trees. And we won't want to put the electric netting right up hard against the trees because the goats will be able to graze them through the netting. Wow. Just starting to rain, so I think we should get inside and have some lunch, but that's us pretty much paced out the field. Pretty simple. And Rose is just gonna, I think, take the goats in to get them out the rain, and we can go inside now where it's warm and dry and just think about how many trees we need to order. Right, lunch.
Poached duck eggs.
What are you doing in here? Right.
Should we cover over this one now?
So we're putting these black plastic tarps down to help preserve the soil structure from the effects of winter like snow and rain. And you can see we're actually leaving the landscape fabric that we planted through last season still in place underneath the plastic. And we're mostly just doing that because we're being lazy right now. In past seasons we've removed the landscape fabric and folded it up and put it in a bag corresponding with the variety of vegetable that we were planting through it. But we're just going to leave it this year until we need to use it again. Each plot receives so much preparation from us anyway that we might as well fold back the plastic when we need to, remove the landscape fabric then and place it in the next rotation plot. Alright, that was a varied day, a bit of time in the market garden, tidying the place up, a bit of fun with the goats, giving them some exercise. I'm gonna get around to feeding these hungry lot and do the evening chores and call it a day.
These are a few of our homemade cheeses. And this is the one I'm most excited about. This is of this cheese at the moment.
Oh, it's cheese time!
So I guess I've just been waiting a really long time to cut into it.
Let's see.
Look, it's oozing. Oh my! Look at that! I know you're scared of this rind, James.
I'm not. No, I'm not. Don't say that. It's not true. Just I've never seen cheese like that before.
Look. Oh, that's because it's original to this area.
Tap it off.
Oozy cheese.
Oozy cheese.
Oozy isn't a nice, tasty word. Anyway.
Here's when you say it.
Thanks, dear.
And what else? What are the ones next to it?
Well, these are less aged, so these won't ooze.
Okay.
So interestingly, I guess.
Cut one.
Yeah, all right. Oh. They're made using the same method.
Now that looks good.
But that hasn't been digested as much by the kind of rind.
And when did you start making these cheeses?
These ones were started making about almost 2 months ago, and that one is about 4 months old.
Wow.
So it's old milk.
Yeah.
Very old milk.
Old mouldy milk.
Yeah. It's a great use of all of our extra milk because we're not legally allowed to sell it. So
because it's raw.
Because it's raw. Turn it into cheese.
Great. And what else have we got here?
Well, with cheese, you always need something maybe a bit sweet. There's a kind of quince paste. So we had a lot of quince this year because it was really sunny. So put some chili in it as well. It tastes a bit like pineapple, so I'm not 100% sure how well it'll go with cheese, but that's a 70s thing, isn't it?
That's a thing, isn't it?
Pineapple and cheese. That's our quince paste, and this is what we call Great Uncle Roger's crabapple cheese. So it's made to a recipe.
In memory of Great Uncle Roger, who just died a couple of weeks ago, unfortunately.
We've got plenty of this because this is like our favourite thing. And then our own salad.
Still getting lots of lovely salad greens from the polytunnel. Crunchy mustard and rocket greens. Nice!
So liquid.
This is a momentous occasion for Teplow Farm, really, having our own goat's cheeses. Amazing, Rosa. Very clever.
Thank you.